What is going on YouTube? What is going on JYESTHA's team? I miss y'all. I love y'all, and I'm on my weekly. I'm on my summer vacation from my job for a week, and I'm off. So I'm gonna try to feed you as much as Gemini, Cancer, Sun transits, interpretations, and Jupiter 2, part 2. And I'll be going into Deacons. I'll make a personal video about Deacons. No, I've been new about Deacons, but I'm just going to give a brief description later in videos and put it all in the video of every sign and how I have my own technique and everything else. But anyways, we're just gonna focus on Sun transit in Cancer, interpretation video breakdown, and then we're gonna do house breakdown. I do owe y'all a Gemini house 1 through 6 and then the 7 through 12, so I did not forget whatsoever. But I want to hurry up and hop on and get y'all a video on Sun in Cancer transit, June 2022, June 22nd to July 22nd. Jesus Christ. So let's go. So what is symbols of Sun in Cancer? So what might, I would say, show up for every single body that is going through Sun, Cancer, and transit? Because when you're in transit, that means everybody goes through it. Everybody has some type of effect. When you go through a Sun, when you go through any type of transit, okay? Especially the Sun, because the Sun is the biggest star, and I'm gonna say planet in our our personal solar system that controls us. So what element is Cancer? Cancer is water. Day of the month is Monday, sort of like Moon Day. I forgot to put animal. I'm gonna say animal is crab, of course. The colors is blue, teal, white, orange, gold, silver. Okay, those are the colors, or I would say gray, silver, gray, however you want to put it. Those are the colors. The benefic planets. So whenever I say benefic, I just basically mean whatever planets that is beneficial if you are naturally a Sun in Cancer person. Okay. Moon, Jupiter, Mercury, Sun, and I want to say Sun depending on gender, because I believe besides Aquarius, Cancer is the most complex sign. All the signs are complex, but they have a very serious rotation. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, malefic planets. And malefic planets are basically just negative influenced planets that you might want to be on the watch for because they cause a lot of tension or opposition. Okay, and the planets are Saturn, Venus, Mercury, and Mars. Okay, the deity for Cancer is Luna and Selene. The parts of the body is chest, stomach, and of course your subconscious mind, even though it's not necessarily a body part. This is what Cancer necessarily rules for everybody. Okay, and also yeah, so your whole entire chest area basically. Okay, so Sun and Cancer transit interpretations. Alright, so what is the Sun? Again, I go over this every video what the Sun is. The Sun is your exposure, your experiences, your romance, your children, your generation, your expression, and your soul. Okay, those are necessarily that's what, of course, the Sun is. Briefly is way more, 20 billions of times more in definition. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Anyways, what is Cancer? Cancer is your reflection. Cancer is your emotional stability, your emotions. Again, your subconscious mind, your immediate family, your family in general. Your family is on your mom's side, your mother, and of course, your home. Alright? So, Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac. Okay? Necessarily, I would say the fourth house. And the fourth and number 4 is just the meaning of stabilization, besides, of course, second house. Okay, what do I mean? So not only is the fourth house your emotional insecurity, it is your natural day-to-day emotional security. Okay, what your emotional appetite is, or necessarily what your your happiness is. Okay, the moon complexity is different because of the nature of everyday rotation. That's why I say the moon is one of the most complicated planets in astrology, because it goes through the house in about 2 to 3 days. Okay, basically 2.5 days it should be in another sign, because the distance is 30 degrees within each sign. So basically you have, the moon doesn't have a retrograde, meaning it doesn't have the moon is the fastest planet, because in the most complicated planet, because it doesn't have retrograde, meaning it goes to every sign all the time at the same speed. Okay, why is the fourth house or moon home? You get what I'm saying? Because of that. In astrology, if you look, pay attention, it's home for us, for everybody. Okay, every day is different. Every day is not going to have the same elements of the same type of day. Yeah, you might get days that's similar, but every day is necessarily a different day. Okay, the moon has to have had that capacity to have grabbed something from, of course, not adulthood, but more so childhood, to where they gravitate, one, knows a way to find emotional security through their own moon. If you have a moon in Aquarius, if you have a moon in Gemini, your moons are going to is going to make you one of the most unique, besides your ascendant and of course your sun, because those are the big three. You figure out somebody's big three, you're good. You just gotta see what house they're in also. But necessarily all you need is somebody's big three, and you can base a lot of information off of that. Okay. Anyways, when the sun gets in Cancer, it's basically more so this, when the sun gets in any sign, right, its influence is trying to look at wherever the placeholder is, wherever the planet placeholder is. For instance, if we were in the season of Virgo, right, the sun will designate a lot of energy towards the sign of Mercury for co-parenting. Okay, it's also given that co-parenting of let me borrow, or not even that, let's share more, let's direct, there we go, let's direct more energy on our focus on this planet, because of what zodiac sign we are in. Meaning, what I'm trying to say is, to break this down, is Cancer owns the moon. Fourth house is the moon. The moon is, again, your necessity for happiness, your necessity for everyday needs, everyday wants, what you feel like you want, not anybody else, not anything else. More so, it's focused on how you feel and how you go about your feelings and internal subconscious needs and wants. Okay. When the sun again gets in Cancer, it focuses on the moon, so it kind of has that everyday type of differently. So the sun necessarily will show a lot of complexity in the sign. It's just like Aquarius, but more so quick. Okay, more so quick. Okay, the moon reflects whatever the environment is. The moon is your environment. Okay, if it's a lot of aggression, the moon will pick up, show a lot of aggression. If it's a lot of love, the moon will pick up and it will show and see that it's a lot of love. But if you have a lot of Saturn influence, or if you have a natural moon good balance of capacity in your chart, then you will hold off on I would say your non-personal boundary. Your non-personal boundaries, okay? If 10th house is your boundaries, 7th house is what you don't see as a boundary, okay? Or what you don't want as a boundary, or what necessarily is your boundary, but making comfortability within your boundary. right? So that's what the sun will try to more so navigate through, making whatever your reflection of life is during the moment of this transit. It will, and of course, how agile the moon is, it will pick up on a lot of like planetary influences, because the moon is all about environment, and then the planets will reflect or show some capacity for, of course, your everyday life movements, okay? Meaning an incident of something or manifestation is easily possible during the sun in Cancer, okay? There could be a possibility of redecoration of home. It's possible. Extra presentation of some sort is possible during this transit. So, if you have, let's say, right now, I have like water, like in my pathway in my home, right? I kid you freaking not. I would turn on this camera and show y'all, but it's pretty distance away. But it's by my kitchen, and when I tell you that we recently just got that water spot, as soon as we entered this damn sign, I mean that shit. I paid attention to that shit. I said, damn. Now there's just like a puddle of water just attached to the floor, and now the floor is a little bit like stained. You know what I'm saying? So there could be minor inconveniences. Not saying, oh, this could happen to somebody, but just like how that negative thing happened to me, something the opposite can happen to you. So you could have gained like you could have gained a floor cleaner or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? Like, or like you could have like power wash your floor, like your carpet. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be the opposite effect. You know what I'm saying? But more so, what I'm trying to say is, there's definitely going to be a possible negative or positive connotation of making something different inside your home, doing construction, doing something different inside your home for the best fit of yourself and your family. There could be a possibility of emotional control, or perhaps emotional independence is expressed in habitation for the most part, or is almost redundant or impossible for some people during this transit. So if you have a lot of like backed up emotional if you have a lot of backed up emotional energy, it will most likely be tired out and expressed due to Cancer feeling highly sensitive of their environment, or not just their, but the sign's environment, or the size, or other people's emotional sensitivities, because Cancer is also the sign of people's emotional subconscious. Okay, you could think 7th house is, but 4th house is also. There could be a possibility that your personal home life family could be expressing their emotional securities or insecurities. Sun transit Cancer boosts personal and emotional security needs from every individual. So again, Family will be highly sensitive to what they might feel some type of way about. Be very, very like, what is the word? Be very, not just caring, but just be very like, and not just understanding. Just be very, I forgot the word. It's very simple word. Just basically try to have, I would say understanding, but it was another word I was thinking of. Like, try to have, try to show genuine, emotional understanding towards people during this transit, and not always hobble up in what you're secure about. You get what I'm saying? Also too, like, I forgot the word, but it's not understanding. Freak. I am so mad at myself. Try to relate. There we go. So with this transit, you want to try your best to, I would say, relate with individuals rather than shunning them off or being emotional independence about what your subconscious cares about. Okay, try to find that knit for that to understand and care about what, who, what, where, and why, and who, like, why they like, and specifically who cares for you, like who's there for you. Make sure to provide that emotional reassurance and need for the individuals who's in your family or you consider your loved ones. Okay. Living space or card detailing is expressed during this time. Also, there's a chance of finding some family secrets or misunderstandings during this time period. So, during this time period, you could have one of your family members express attentions, feelings, observations, defense mechanisms, and just regular history that they have been through. Okay, make sure again to relate, especially if they are related. Show reassurance and love, care, and nurturing. This is one of the best ways for proceeding in the sign of Cancer, but do not be too much of the opposite. That could draw back from security to being unsure about this, the security, or not security, but the insecurity, meaning like the people or individuals who is not showing care or nurturing skills. Okay. Also, too, again, there could, like, car, something, not just car, but maybe tags or a wheel fix, or maybe you're selling your car. Anything with vehicles, there's a possibility of a highlight. Maybe you're buying one. There's a high possibility that it could be confirmed or manifested during this transit. Highly things of past things or life, your personal life security is easily gravitated to and could be in possession. Okay. I think that's it I have for right now. I will have more information for Sun, Cancer. I should have definitely did it earlier on, but I'm glad I did it. I will definitely be back. I love you guys. More more videos is coming for Sun and Cancer. Peace.